continue to feel, we continue to think. And I know that since he's passed over, he's really looked back on his life and he's reflected on it. And I feel that he is now kind of looked back and thought, what was I doing? Do you know what I mean? Why didn't I say it? Why was it so difficult for me? And I think there is a lot of regret around that. And I know that, in this kind of public meeting it's very difficult, but I just really hope I can kind of pass on to you how heartfelt it is that he does have regret about how things were between you and him. You understand that for me? Yeah, really sincere. And I wouldn't just say that if I didn't feel it, but I do feel he's really trying to show you that. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if this man I'm talking to is Dad, but I want to start talking about Dad. So, is Dad passed over to the spirit world as well now? Yeah. Is this Dad or...
Stepfather.
His stepfather, okay, that's all right. Oh, you have to bear with me then, because I'm not sure if he was just trying to show me that this is kind of this father figure, or if there's another man coming in, so just bear... Oh, yeah, okay, it's another man, thank you. So can you understand for me then, so stepdad was the dad with the throat problem, yeah? Okay, and you'd understand all that I said there about that regret and sadness? You understand that, yeah? And then there was this other man coming in, he was showing himself to me to be in a wheelchair, actually, before he passed. So I'm not sure if this is Dad or not, to be honest, but I just know that he couldn't walk, so he had to be in a wheelchair before he passed over. You understand that for me? Yeah. And he's kind of weird, but he's so cheerful. I've just got this kind of smiley face there, as if, and I don't know if he was like that necessarily at the end when he was in the wheelchair, but in his life I think really cheerful, kind of happy-go-lucky kind of character. Do you understand that? You look confused.
I know he's in a wheelchair, but my dad left when I was 11.
So you wouldn't know much about his character? No. Okay. So the one thing you do know is he was in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
That's interesting that he came with that, wasn't it? Okay. So sorry you don't know that. I don't know if there's anyone you can ask or you can check this information out with, but I'm just feeling there's this kind of real happy-go-lucky, very kind of laid-back character here. And as I'm talking to him, I'm going to pass this on because this is his message. He's come for a reason. And I feel that the laid-backness that he had was a bit too laid-back, almost like he just kind of did his own thing, didn't really worry. Do you know what I mean? Almost like he was in a world of his own. That's the kind of feeling he gives me. So I don't know if you can relate to that, or if there's anyone you can ask about that, but I do feel he was... How can I explain it? It's like he wasn't really there. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like in his own little world. Drunk, is it? Oh, could be, yeah, I didn't think of that. But you understand why then? I'm just feeling I feel, maybe it's because of the situation, but I feel like as he comes in, I feel like I'm not really kind of in relationship with anyone. I'm not really, do you know what I mean? But maybe it's because he was having a drink or two. You understand that? But again, as he comes through there, I know that he talks about having looked back on his life and kind of recognises this, and he's just shaking his head. He said, it wasn't good, really. It wasn't good. And I don't know if you can... I don't know if you know about his past or his childhood or anything, but I do get the impression it was very difficult for him. And he showed me a very harsh environment. I don't know if you know about how it was for him growing up, or do you know that, or you don't know? Don't worry then. I just know he's showing me a really hard environment that he came from. But anyway, he's there. He's not in the wheelchair anymore. So you've got these kind of two fathers, haven't you? And coming through tonight, Dad and stepdad, both wanting to say hello to you there. Okay. And interestingly, I get the impression of them having met. So I don't know if they knew each other in life, but they seem to have met each other now in the spirit world, because they've kind of come through and it feels like they're quite friendly. So I don't know if you'd like to know that or not. And then there's a lady just popping in as well from Mum's side of the family, and she's showing me, she's coming with, it must be gin and tonic because it's got like a bit of lemon in it. So do you know if there was a grandmother or someone on Mum's side who enjoyed a gin and tonic?
My aunt was called Jim.
Oh, she's called Jim? On Mum's side? Oh, okay, there we go. So she's probably showing me that. She's showing me the glass with the gin in it. Okay. That's funny, isn't it? Years ago, I think it was in Weymouth, I had a lady come through who just kept showing me one of those old-fashioned bags of crisps. Do you remember this, the salt and shake? Remember that? Yeah, and it was, she kept showing me this bag of crisps. I thought, what on earth are you showing me that for? Of course, it was to show me her name was Smith. I just thought she liked crisps or something. So you can understand then why she showed me the gin. So maybe she didn't enjoy the gin, but maybe she's trying to show me her name. All right?
Actually, her married surname was Bottle.
Gin Bottle. Well, there you go. I think I'll change my name. But anyway, you won't understand then why I feel this lady coming in, and she's on your mum's side, yeah? Okay. So I don't know whether she drank gin or not then. Maybe that was just to give me her name. There's a lot of love, a lot of fun from her. I feel very different. With those two father figures, it felt quite serious and quite sad. With this lady, I feel much more upbeat, much more like, let's have a laugh, do you know what I mean? She wants to be kind of, the idea of putting some music on or something. I think she would have enjoyed herself, this lady. Yeah, very, kind of, you know, like, would have enjoyed to have a dance and that kind of thing. Okay. Okay. And, I'm not quite sure. Do you know anything about, I can't say the word, Naomi? Do you know that name? It's hard to say that for me. You don't know Naomi? Okay, I might be leaving you then. Just before we leave you, can you understand why this aunt lady, she's showing you this dancing and this fun, and I feel she wants you to have a bit more fun. Yeah, a bit more of a, you know, let your hair down, have a good time, and it just feels like you've not been doing much of that. No, well, I'm not doing it if you like, but I think it's more about having a good time. It almost like she wants to get you out and have a laugh and have a good time. So I know that you've not been doing as much of that as you could or want to, but she wants you to have a good time. There you go, you can do that, can't you? Alright, but I do want to leave you because I've got Naomi, so I'm glad Dad's came through there, but important message that, and then Aunt's kind of lifted it a little bit. It's nice, isn't it? Alright, thank you for talking to me. So does anyone understand Naomi? And actually, as I'm talking about that, I think Naomi's still with us. I think Naomi is still very much on Earth. Anyone know a Naomi? I think that's going to be our link. And living with us on Earth, yeah, okay. Any other Naomis anywhere? Oh, and is anyone here called Naomi? Let me just check that. You're not called Naomi, either of you? No? Okay. So I think we might be there. Okay, so if you can both listen for me and then we'll see where we're going to go. Sometimes they give me a name of someone here just so that I can make the connection. So let me see who's telling me this. Okay. Alright. There's a couple of people actually. There's a lady and a gentleman. I'm going to talk to the lady first. The lady makes me feel like she wasn't very tall. She was incredibly hard working. I get the impression that this lady never stopped working actually. She just never stopped, and I get the impression, she's showing me, bless her, her hands were really kind of hard from where she worked too hard, but it's like real hard manual work, like, you know, scrubbing and that kind of work that made her hands very hard and very dry. And yeah, and it feels to me like she had to work hard. I get the impression that her life was very difficult, very tough, and she kind of had to work hard to keep it all going. So can you understand a lady like this for me? It's the mum's side of the family, if that helps. Yeah? Lost you? You're not sure? Keep listening in case. But you can understand a lady that's on your mum's side of the family, yeah? You can, yeah? I know that she is a lady who, again, very outspoken. She will speak her mind if she needs to, you know. But I get the impression of her working not only like that in her own home, but almost like she was going out to do it as well. So I don't know whether she kind of went out and did work for other people, but just this impression of having to work hard to make ends meet. You understand that? She did do it for other people. But you understand the struggle to make ends meet. That's the thing.